What's going on, guys? Today I want to talk about something that just happened in the news, and that was a grand jury finding Ticketmaster and Live Nation guilty of operating a monopoly. So, this is obviously something that has been on people's minds and somewhat talked about for a while now. I mean, they've clearly been taking advantage of their position within the live performance industry to kind of corner the market and charge like absurd prices to the point where, I mean, it's not even really hidden and everyone's kind of aware that they're being ripped off. But because they were really the only service for so many shows that you could go through, you didn't really have a choice. So it's like, do you want to go to this concert or not? This is where you can buy the ticket. I am honestly really happy to find out that they were found guilty, but it's a little bit odd. So the Department of Justice in 40 states were bringing this lawsuit against them. The Department of Justice in 6 of those 40 states are apparently settling. And the terms of that settlement is a $300 million fine, pocket change for them, a 15% cap on on associated fees, so that 15% of the ticket price is the cap. I don't really know what it was before. I'm guessing like a little bit higher than that, but that still seems kind of high. And then they will also have some restrictions on exclusivity contracts that they enter into with venues. And that didn't really have anything further detailed. I don't know if they just haven't written out the details of those restrictions or if it's just not something that they're letting us know. But either way, I'm very curious as to what those restrictions are and if they're actually things that will be in place to prevent them from taking advantage of people, or if it'll be mostly for show and they're kind of able to operate around them fairly easily. It'll be interesting. But so of all of those different people, I don't know if I already said this, but so 6 of those states in the Department of Justice are settling with that. And then I guess 34 other states are continuing with the lawsuit. And I'm guessing that that would just apply to those specific states. And they will, whatever the outcome of that trial is, it could potentially put those restrictions on them specifically for those states, the ones that want to continue with it. And what they were found guilty of actually was overcharging $1.72 a ticket for on customers, which that figure is a little weird. They didn't really explain it further. I'm assuming that is like an average across the board, and like certain artists had it a lot higher, but if it was like $1.72 extra people were paying, like the complaints and the level of just concern regarding this wouldn't be where it's at. Like obviously people are getting charged way more than that over, or else they probably wouldn't be complaining like this. So like I said, they don't really explain that number further, but I have to imagine there's more details behind it than just paying a $1.72 extra. I'm guessing it's the average, but who knows where they really got that. And this is also coming off of, I can't remember exactly when, but I believe it was earlier this year, maybe late last year, but I believe it was earlier this year, where Live Nation had some chats leaked between employees. So the leak happened recently, but the chats were from around 2022, and it's all these executives basically just laughing and bragging about how they are completely overcharging us, and we are doing or buying it still. Specifically, I guess they were talking about like a Kid Rock show that was happening in Tampa, and just how they were basically able to do everything that they wanted, and people just have to listen. They have to buy. They have to pay the absurd fees, and there's really no other choice. And they're able to just make crazy amounts of money by being the only competition. So obviously in their in their defense, they're saying, oh, there's still healthy competition, even though that's clearly not the case. They've been able to kind of just do whatever they want for a while now. And I'm just very, very curious to with the remaining states that decide to go forward with this as to what ends up being the result. Because clearly, this Live Nation and Ticketmaster cannot be trusted to compete fairly without some sort of oversight. Like regarding those leaked messages, Live Nation came out with like a statement being like, "Oh, this doesn't reflect our value." Yes, it does. I mean, what are your values? Like what you write on your website? What you say your values are? I mean, if that's what you want to say, sure. But in reality, your values are the things that you practice, not just what you preach. I mean, that's the importance of the values is your follow up on them. So if you have executives talking like this, why on earth would the rest of the company culture be any different? Like, I mean, that's just obviously not true. I mean, even the statement itself just said Live Nation said it. So it's like, okay, yeah, Live Nation. I'm sure you're going to be very honest about the reality of what's going on when you're speaking as an entity, as a corporation. Like, I don't know who they think they're fooling, and if they think that that will just be enough of a PR friendly statement to hopefully have people just move on. Although, they're going to be angry. Like, what can you do? What have people been doing? Clearly, even the Department of Justice in 6 of the 40 states don't care that much because I mean, that settlement, like, no, like, why are you settling? Like, that's clearly probably still not going to be great terms. And there's a reason the other 34 states are proceeding, or at least want to proceed. I don't know if they still can, if some of them, I'm guessing they can. I'm not exactly sure how all that works. But yeah, this will just be very interesting to see how the remaining states end up and if that ends up further impacting just the entertainment industry as a whole, and hopefully works towards getting ticket prices lower while still paying artists, a fair amount. Yeah, I mean, you can't be performing for free. Obviously, the artist needs to make some money. Although, I mean, I know it's very difficult to make money on tour, at least from a smaller artist. And I'm sure, like with the way things are now, even bigger artists probably have a little bit of difficulty and need other kind of avenues, like the merch they sell at the show, to kind of make up for it, unless you're selling out like an arena or just something so big. Like, I mean, I imagine the economics of that is still kind of up in the air and a little difficult to control. So let me know what you guys think. I mean, are you at least happy that some of these states are proceeding? Do you think it's a good sign for the industry as a whole, becoming more pro-consumer and pro-artist? Is there anything that I didn't discuss that is going on with this specific situation that might add some further insight? Please let me know down below. Thank you for listening. Comment, subscribe, like, all that good stuff, and I'll see you later. Peace.